can see you there. You know, as we're coming to the end of another fine year, 2017, I just can't help but get a little bit reflective and think about all the memories flooding back to me from the last 365 days. I know a lot of people had a hard time in 2017, but I'd consider myself one of the lucky ones. I had a pretty good year all in all, and I thought, what a better way to look back on the year we had than to count down my picks for the top 10 speedruns of 2017. And I wanted to start off this list with a remarkable speedrun by a gentleman by the name of Luminen, speedrunning the mega hit game Getting Over It with Bennett. I really like this run because it's a perfect example of the speedrun mentality. Most mortals would take dozens of hours, days, weeks to complete the game. But through learning, practice, repetition, and mastery, speedrunners can do it much more quickly. It's easy to forget that games which take speedrunners only about 15 minutes to complete, like Super Mario 64 or Ocarina of Time, took us all weeks, months, or years back in the day. And there was certainly no shortage of epic fail clips of many streamers from around the world riding the snake or otherwise falling off the cliff into a massive black hole time sink, wasting tens of hours climbing back up to their peak position. Lumonin completes the game in a stunning 2 minutes and 4 seconds, the current world record. Several dozens of hours faster than your favorite streamer playing through the game casually. A truly remarkable run, just as inspiring as the game's voice lines. Way to go, Lumonin. The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. A game where many of us have fond memories of watching in the early days of speedrunning. And like many of us might remember, the barrier skip was not just the holy grail of potential speedrun skips in the game, but speedrunning altogether. If we could just find a way to get through or over or around the barrier surrounding Old Hyrule, we could pretty much go directly to the final Ganon fights, skipping the later dungeons and the Triforce shard collecting in the game. Well, in 2017, that barrier skip was finally discovered to be a real viable strategy in the Wind Waker HD version of the game.
What? Guys, I did it! 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 I did barrier skip! Woo! Get it!
I'm not going to get into all the technicals. There are many videos out there that will do it better than me. I'll put some into the description. But it looks really simple when it's executed well. Gymnast86 was the first to get a new world record using barrier skip in April of this year, just after it was discovered, getting a 305 in the Alt Dungeons category. But it was Linkus7 who had an amazing journey in any percent, trying to become the first person to not just get sub 3 hours in the category, but sub 2.
The run can feel it. I shot you with the fire. Come on. Come on, fairies. Oh, come on. Come on. Come on.
Yes! Oh my... Oh, yes!
The run with barrier skip comes down to a point after the puppet Ganon fight where you have to zombie hover up to this platform and literally just hope that a fairy will happen to be in the exact correct position to restore your health before you land and die. There's literally no other way up because you skip the hook shot, which is the intended path. After Linkus finally got this trick to work on an any percent run with barrier skip, this happened.
Oh my god. Nay.
Nay! I held the shield!
Nay. Nay. Aldrig i livet. Nay.
But alas, as a battle-hardened speedrunner, young Linkus was not deterred, and would not much later complete an any percent run in 1 hour, 56 minutes, and 3 seconds, beating his previous record by over an hour and a half, and beating a one-day-old record set by Fuzziness by 8 seconds. Throughout the year, he continued to play, trading world records with his closest rival, Gymnast86, and finally nail this 1 hour, 111 minutes, 34 seconds, the current record, and a remarkable time, which aside from Gymnast, is more than 25 minutes ahead of third place. Huge congratulations to Linkus on this amazing run, and to the entire Wind Waker community for a fantastic year of speedrunning.
Hey, this is Exodus, and here's a way to equip any item as the wrong age, so you can equip Deku Stick as adult, Hammer as child, etc. So what you have to do for this is put the cursor on the item you want to equip. So I'm going to put it on Deku Stick, then go over to the map screen. Other screens might work, but I know this one works. And then what you have to do is press Z to go to the item screen, and then on a certain frame, it might be slightly more lenient, but I know on one frame it works. You want to hold down left and hold a C button. So I'm going to show it frame by frame. So I'm holding Z right now, the menu's moving. And then on this frame, I'm holding down left and the C button. And it'll equip the Deku Stick instead of the Pocket Egg. And you can use it as adult. And I'm on Mupin, so it didn't crash the game. And now I'll show the Hammer as child.
It took until 2017 for this Ocarina of Time glitch, which allows Link to equip any items at any age to be discovered. I mean, it never ceases to amaze me how something so simple can be hidden in plain sight for so long. It's literally just putting your cursor in the right spot and magic happens. And while this glitch didn't have quite the massive impact some were expecting in Ocarina of Time, it did have an immediate impact in Majora's Mask, where its use comes in duplicating the Zora eggs, 7 of which are needed to access the Great Bay Temple. With this glitch, you can just pick up 1 egg from Pinnacle Rock, dupe that one, skip the Gerudo's hideout, and all of that saves a lot of time. Trev Person was the first to get a new world record, a 1:22:57, which knocked Enop off the first place position for the first time in over a year. Enop quickly regained the record, but would lose it again in November to the Sausage. However, Enop would put an end to all the madness and the race for world record after world record by completing a 1:18:18, followed by a 1:18:15.
Are you fucking kidding me? How did I do that? Or... How is this? How is that a PB? I lost 55 seconds on the Gyro split. This was the worst run I have ever done. And it is the fastest run that has ever been done.
Enop never seems to think too highly of his own runs, and there is still time out there to save. So will 2018 be the year we see a 1:17? Todd Rogers. Todd Rogers. If you've followed speedrunning at all through 2017, you've heard the name Todd Rogers, a gentleman featured in this year's Guinness Book of Records for having the oldest video game record, Atari's Dragster 551, allegedly verified by the archaic Twin Galaxies website, despite no video evidence of the run, nor any reliable witnesses coming forward who claim to have seen it. However, modern looks at the game, with advanced scientific technology, have determined 5.51 and Todd's alleged method of achieving it, popping the clutch straight into second gear, are not possible, and that the true optimized time for this game is 5.57. There are plenty of great in-depth videos about this situation already out there, so I'll link those in the description, but it was well-established speedrun scientist OmniGamer who did most of the work solving the Dragster game, and it was OmniGamer himself who got this run, the first ever proven with video evidence, maxed time in Dragster.
Fuck yeah! Fuck yeah! Oh!
Seriously though, imagine going to the store in 1980 and spending $50 or $80 for a video game and coming home and it's Dragster. I mean, what a time to be alive. 5.57 would shortly thereafter be matched by speedrun icon Darbian, who used the original Atari 2600 console to achieve the time. Among the modern speedrun community, no doubt remains that 5.51 is a false claim and 5.57 is the real record. However, some older members of the Twin Galaxies and arcade communities still believe something such as a rogue gamma ray, made Todd's 551 happen. What do you think?
I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
Staying with Darby in a 2017 recap wouldn't be complete without this run. His 4-minute 56.528 seconds in Super Mario Bros. 1. Perhaps the speed game you most commonly see shared by your cousins or high school friends on Facebook. Hey Goose, come check this out, look! Hey Goose, have you seen this speedrun video? You know, like 3 months after it's happened? Yeah, that never gets old at all. Ever since the flagpole glitches were discovered, the dream of lower has been possible, and Darby nailed the flagpole glitch in World 8-3 with pure ice coursing through his veins. The ability to perform frame perfectly for 5 minutes straight after tens of thousands of attempts really cannot be understated. It's the thing of pure legends, alpha gamers, and speedrun beasts like Darby. A truly, truly remarkable run. That being said, there are still a couple more flagpole glitches out there, so will 2018 be the year of 455? Is Darbian or anyone else mad enough to go for it? Only time will tell.
Don't scream. Don't scream. Don't scream. Don't break any cameras. Don't scream. Don't scream. I mean, that's definitely. I mean, you don't have to time it. It's definitely it. I mean, you have to time it. But...
This run is absolute madness. When I first joined the Elite rankings in 2005, the world record for Aztec Agent was 1 minute 35 seconds, and Double Agent was 1 minute 55 seconds. The level has the same objectives on both difficulties, but you have less than half the health on Double Agent, so running through with the same madness just isn't possible. I vividly remember discussions back in the day about how, theoretically, Aztec Double Agent can go to 135 like Agent, but it was known to be just a theory, not possible in practice. Over the years, we saw more and more time cut from various levels, and Aztec is an epic journey. It took me 3 Speedlore episodes to cover, but we arrived here in 2017. A few community members released the 3rd installment of their Unhoard documentary video titled Kapap 3 in October of this year, where they save up all their PBs over the course of a few months and release them all at once in a spectacular stream for the community. After about 90 minutes of intriguing storytelling, gameplay, and new records by a handful of Goldeneye and Perfect Dark players, we were treated to this, the final speedrun of the video. I'll let the guys who were in Discord voice chat watching at the time take it from here.
Could be a record.
He has 143.
I'm prettying 138, but 137 would be crazy.
137 would be crazy. I think it might be 139 though.
That's more realistic.
It was a pretty cooked in there.
Clem says it's
Kind of says at least 137.
That was a really good class.
136.
Oh my god!
Holy shit!
Oh my god!
Jesus!
How do you just sit on a 2-second untied?
Out of the hard.
Aztec Double Agent 135. Say it with me now, a truly remarkable speedrun. 135 was the only 2-second untied world record of the year in Goldeneye, and it matched the Agent record from years ago. Agent is now at 1 minute 24 seconds, but it's the closest in time the 2 difficulties have been since 2009. Also, if you watch the end cutscene of Aztec, the wing from the shuttle clips into the ceiling, something that's bothered Luke immensely since he noticed this a few months ago. Mario Kart 64, a timeless classic that any speedrunner likely played for countless hours in their childhood. And while most of us would have known about the shortcuts on Wario Stadium, Rainbow Road, or Frappe Snowland, there were plenty more cool tricks in the game. Choco Mountain had another fairly beginner tier shortcut where you just hop up this stone ridge. But you might not have known there were plenty of other places you could make it over to the other side of the track, tricks the karters have been using for a few decades now. But more recently than that, in the past few years, it was discovered that if you bounced up over the mountain ridge right at the start line, the game could think you were on the other side of the track, then back over and credit you with a lap, similar to how the lap skips work on Wario Stadium, Frappe Snowland, and DK Jungle Parkway. This trick is called the Weather Tenko skip, named after two of Mario Kart 64's legends, Andrew Weatherton and Greg Inatenko. Mario Kart 64 shortcut champion Beck Abney was the first to get a record with this strategy in 2014, beating a previously 7-year-old record, which used older strats, and people began to attempt the extremely difficult trick on lap 1, and then do the rest of the course with the older strats. It was just considered far too difficult to hit numerous times consecutively for an even faster time. But in 2015, Abney eventually tried and would hit it on 2 out of 3 laps. But in 2017, he wanted to take it a step further and go for 3 for 3. On October 29, after hitting the Weather Tenko skip on 2 but not 3 laps, 96 times, Abney finally got this run.
Yes! Let's go! Let's go! That's it! Yes! Let's go. Oh my god, dude.
What makes this even more remarkable is that Abney tracked his attempts, showing that it took over 25,000 individual starts to get this run. And still nobody else has hit the trick even 2 out of 3 times. So second place on this course is Vincent Tollhouse's 54.15, nearly 38 full seconds slower than Abney's 16.38. A truly masterful run in one of the most classic, thoroughly played games of all time.
Chip in! Ooh! Nice albatross!
I probably have too much to say about this one, but it deserves it. Mario Golf on the Nintendo 64 actually has a speed golf mode in the game, making it a surprisingly natural game to speedrun. I was one of the first people to do attempts of the game's 6 courses, doing so back in 2008. At the time I figured, alright, each course has 18 holes, 30 seconds a hole is a good mark, gives a 9-minute time. That's a good standard to aim for. Now with good play, and using strategies like shooting the ball in the rough as much as possible, you can do much better, getting 15 seconds on par 3s, under 25 seconds on par 4s, 25 to 30 on par 5s, and with practice I was able to get under 8 minutes on older courses and under 7 minutes on Toad Highlands, the game's first course. There were some others playing the game, but they weren't quite on the same level yet, and I had a sweep of all 6 golf courses. By 2010 I had a flat 6 minutes and 30 seconds on Toad Highlands, and by 2012 I dropped into the 620s. Now 2012 began the Twitch era, so a few Mario Golf streams in that year, and I'd gotten a few other runners, namely I Am But Pixels, interested in the game. Throughout 2013, 14, 15, we saw numerous records exchanged and improved among Vitor67, Death Basket, Metal Yoshi, Pixels, and I, with my Toad Highlands record, which was always somewhere in the low 620s, high 16s, and one which every few months I'd grind out and lower by a second or two, stood strong against the onslaught of newcomers. That was until February 2015 when Vitor67 had what seemed like a miracle run of 6:05.40, 25 under par, beating my record by almost 12 full seconds. This was truly insane because his PB was in the mid 620s at the time, and my cuts were always a small improvement of 1 second or less. Vitor just jumped full 20 seconds into absurd territory. Pixels and I had many discussions over the theory of a sub 6-minute Toad Highlands run, which was agreed to be possible, but would probably require hundreds of hours of grinding and slowly inching down the record from 6:05 to barely a 5:59. However, on October 17, I Am But Pixels, in his quest for Mario Golf Mastery, shot a near-perfect, godlike run, a round of 27 under par, including a hole-in-one in Albatross, 4 other eagles, for 553.16.
Sub 6, boys. Woo! Let's go! That was fucking insane, dude. 27 under par.
Pixels jumped over Vitor as massively as Vitor jumped over me. I know it's one of those speed games where few people can relate or know how good it is, but I know how good this run is, and it's good enough to make this list. The fact of the matter is, in order to perform an entire round flawlessly, precise enough to give yourself good chances at holeouts, executing each shot perfectly and accurately enough, and each shot requires 2 frame perfect A presses on the power meter. To get a run like this requires supreme mastery and knowledge of the game, a truly stunning run that people will be talking about for years to come, and one I don't see beaten for a very, very long time. I still remember it all like it was yesterday. Szklarz face reveal at AGDQ 2013, his 144.01, the long struggle to get 143, with Punctation tracking him down, the first 143 in his final PB in a heroic dying breath to be storied and loved in Super Mario 64 history. And back then, who could have seen what we become today? After Punke and Nero and Batora and all the other heroes who lined up, it was Cheese 05, set to become the first person to beat Super Mario 64 120 star in under 1 hour and 40 minutes. We all know what happened. Let's just appreciate.
Dude, every time.
Oh my god. I talked with Cheese a number of times before he got the 139, and one thing that really stood out was how much weight he knew rested on his shoulders and his shoulders alone. Thousands of people wanted to see the 139, to be inspired, to celebrate, and it just wouldn't have been the same if it were a lesser known runner who had less of a connection to the Mario speedrun viewers who have made that community so exciting and colorful for all these years. It had to be Cheese, the one to overcome the great trials and tribulations of speedrunning, the one to inspire a generation, the one to get the first 139. And yes, it didn't stand for too long. Punctation beat it about a month later with 139.49 before Cheese bopped him back with 139.28, the current world record. But that just proves the point. The 139 was perhaps the greatest mental barrier we've ever seen in speedrunning. Purely psychological. These guys are really, really good. Many 139s have happened since, but they needed the first one, the hardest one, the one to break the glass ceiling. And now that the glass ceiling has been shattered, how low can it keep going? Is the story due to continue in 2018? Only time will tell.
That was so fucking sketchy, dude. That was so sketchy.
I've already talked more than enough about this run. If you haven't seen that and want to know more about what went into Karl Jobst spending 250 hours decoding and beating a 15-year-old once optimized record, the video explaining that is in the end card. For now, just sit back and enjoy my pick for the best speedrun of 2017.
That was another Greg? Greg Watmore. Oh my god. Fuck, what a run. I'll just be happy knowing that I clutched that. Oh. What a run. Fuck. I can't even play anymore tonight after that. I don't know. Oh! Fuck! Fuck! Oh my god! Oh my god!
So there you have it. Those are my picks for the top 10 speedruns of 2017. What do you think? Did I miss any important runs or any runs you would have included? What was your favorite run of the year? Let me know in the comments. You know, thanks again for watching. I really, really appreciate all the support this year. I started in January with only about 3,000 subscribers from uploading old videos and personal bests, and now here we are today, right around 20,000. It's truly, truly amazing, and I thank you all for that. I've really enjoyed making speedrun videos and sharing them with you this year. I'm really looking forward to doing it even more in 2018. Like I said, I had a pretty good 2017, but let's make 2018 even better. So thank you, Happy New Year to you, stay true, and I'll see you in the next stream or video.